Hello, keyboard and mouse fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Dongguan Hangjian Technology Company Limited KG812 wireless keyboard and mouse combo. In addition to the dongle, it also does come with a USB-A to USB-C adapter. I hope I got that right. And it is ergonomic. At least the keyboard is. It's got a wave pattern on it. Bring that a little bit closer for you. There's the back. But let's show you the real thing. Don't mind the cable. So ever since I moved the stand for my microphone way over here on the right-hand side, I've got a cable length issue. So here is the keyboard. It is very similar to the Sablute KN15 or KG812 that I reviewed several days ago, except it has less keys at the top. It does have this slot here where you can put a pen or a pencil or two, or you could put, with the aid of these things here, you could put a mobile phone or something else. And it has the non-detachable wrist rest here, which is marginally comfortable. And it does, I did find, much to my surprise, that using this was pretty comfortable for me, even though the padding is really thin beneath this fake leather. The wave in the keys, which you can barely see, I think. Let me just try to make it more obvious. There it is. It doesn't make much difference, but it does take a little bit of practice to get used to, especially if you're a touch typist like me. I wish that it was more of a cupping shape instead of just this mild little wave. There are ergonomic keyboards or out there that are either split into two sections, or they are actually even like a one piece or even two pieces that are cup-shaped. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but supposedly those are some of the best for helping you with problems with your wrists and stuff like that. It does have, at the top, we have forward and reverse buttons. And then over here we have volume buttons. And then across the top here, we've got a variety of different kind of alternate functions for the function keys. And it has a pause button, and which is not so common. It also has alternate functions for A and S, which are Windows and Mac, and it gives the names of the Windows and Mac keys here. The keys are actually pretty quiet. Not terribly quiet, and the space bar is the noisiest, but it's not bad. And once you get over here, it's a little bit noisier, as you can tell. It has standard legs on the back, and it does require one AA battery be put in here. It has 3 LEDs for caps lock, scroll lock, number lock, and then low battery. And that is most of it. I actually was surprised by how comfortable I found it to use this keyboard. I did not expect that. I'm not really a big fan of wireless keyboards and mouses, because, you know, the battery wears out at inconvenient times, like when you're typing something important or playing a video game, and it's like, what the heck? What's going on? Why can't I do anything? And, you know, then you have to find a charged up battery, or you have to replace the battery, whatever. But I was actually pleased with this while I was using it. I do wish that the color was actually a true purple instead of this kind of pinkish purple color. I'm more of a darker purple kind of guy. Deep purple. Not the band. There is a mild texturing along here and around the sides and bottom that gives it kind of a geometric kind of feel to it, which I've seen on other keyboards that I have reviewed. Oops. It also does have, if you don't want to use the legs, it has these rubber feet here, and it also has 3 on the bottom. I'm not sure what that little nub there is for, though. It is actually surprisingly heavy, way heavier than I would have expected it to be, but not like so heavy you wouldn't want to like carry it around with you. Let's see. Have I missed anything? Now, I've talked about the supposedly ergonomic wave, but I do want to keep you in. I want you, that is, to keep in mind that this kind of a wave pattern isn't going to make a significant difference. The most important thing is you are using proper body mechanics. So if you're going like this all the time, you're going to end up with sore wrists. Especially the ulnar area here is going to get sore if you're doing that a lot with your keyboard and mouse. And when I initially started using this, I found that I was having trouble pressing the T, Y, G, H, B, N buttons, but after a bit of practice that stopped, and I actually found that this was easier to use ultimately, aside from the amount of space it takes up, than this lead sail wireless keyboard that I've been using. The only reason I'm using the lead sail one is, well, aside from the fact that I'm reviewing this one, is I've got a stand for it that puts it at a nice angle, but I do think I'm going to actually switch to this one until I can find something even better than this. I unfortunately need another USB hub because I've run out of space. Let's see, what else is there to tell you? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Since they tried to save some space, the arrangement of the keys that are usually in a 3x3 or so column over here has been changed. So it's going to take you a bit of time to adjust to that. You're going to find yourself, like me, looking at it to see which button is where so you can press the correct one. And you'll notice also that the delete key is more than twice as long as the other keys. And there is actually a scroll lock, which is the insert key with the function button, which is way over here where I don't know why they like to put them over here. I prefer the function key to be in the middle. I think it's more ergonomic. One of the things that holds me back about both the lead sail and this keyboard is that there's no underlighting that shines through the keycaps. When I'm typing in the dark, I find it very helpful to be able to see where what keys my fingers are on, because my hands are not as sensitive as they used to be. And this one has nubs on the J and F keys that are not very pronounced, so sometimes I don't feel them. So ultimately, for this, if you're planning on doing gaming, I can't really recommend this keyboard because it's not designed for that. This is a daily keyboard for average users to use to do whatever they want to do. It's not for people who are really serious about playing games. But if you're like doing the regular things that most people do with a keyboard, it's really quite a good choice. Now let's take a look at the mouse. One of the nice things about this combo is that you don't have to use two dongles to connect them up. It comes with one dongle that is inside of the battery compartment. You can just plug that one in and it'll handle both the keyboard and the mouse simultaneously. It's got an on-off button, which actually I forgot to mention, the keyboard does have an on-off button right there. And it does have a couple of, or three actually, skates on the bottom to help it move smoothly over things. The buttons are fairly quiet. There are browsing buttons on the side that are noisier. And then, of course, the center button that is a scroll wheel. The scroll wheel is actually quiet, but it's a bit loose, whereas the scroll wheel button is noisy. And then there's a DPI button next to that that's also quite noisy. It has 4 settings, 800, 1200, 1600. I'm sorry, 3 settings. Sorry. And then I find that this is almost the right size for my hand. It's a little bit too small, but the fact that it's kind of a high-profile mouse makes it more versatile in who can use it. So if you've got a medium hand, this would be perfect. My hand is rather on the large size. I can almost palm a basketball. And it is, I think, kind of attractive. I like the color on this mouse better than on the keyboard, quite honestly. And I guess that's pretty much it. So, all in all, I think this is something that I can recommend for most people. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Need to ask for your help. I'm sorry. On December 11th, 2024, Amazon terminated me and used false accusations against me. And on December 17th, I had my left shoulder operated on. I'm getting a lot better. I can do some things with my hand and my arm, but it's still pretty limited. If you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications for my channels, that would really help. If you want to help me financially and you can afford to, you can go to my Glenn's Fast Reviews and you can do a super thanks as a donation there. If you want to donate on a monthly basis, you can become a member there. And or you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say thank you to bleepingcomputer.com for allowing me to post messages on their forum about my videos. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit them. They offer a lot of wonderful resources for people who are using computers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. And this comes from the company, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the company. This is horrible. I'm embarrassed. Okay.